The political landscape of Nigeria is undergoing significant shifts, particularly in the oil-rich South-South region, following Delta State Governor Oborevwori's move from the opposition PDP to the ruling APC. This defection, occurring against the backdrop of political turbulence next door in Rivers State, suggests an effort by President Bola Tinubu to solidify his influence in the Niger Delta, a region of paramount importance to Nigeria's political and economic stability. Please don't forget to like this video, also share and subscribe to this channel. The South-South region of Nigeria occupies a position of immense strategic importance within the country's political and economic fabric. Its significance stems from several key factors that consistently place it at the forefront of national discourse and power dynamics. Firstly, the region serves as the economic powerhouse of Nigeria. Nestled within the Niger Delta lies the heart of the country's oil and gas industry. This vital sector accounts for over 90% of Nigeria's crucial foreign exchange earnings and approximately 70% of the government's revenue stream. Consequently, any political entity that commands influence over the South-South wields substantial authority over national economic policy and the intricate allocation of resources. Secondly, the South-South represents a formidable electoral bloc. Comprising the 6 states of Rivers, Delta, Bayelsa, Akwa Ibom, Cross River, and Edo, the region collectively commands a significant share of the national vote. The political leanings of these states can often prove decisive in the outcome of presidential elections, transforming the South-South into a pivotal battleground, where the ruling party and the opposition must actively compete for support. Thirdly, security considerations underscore the region's strategic value. Historically, the South-South has experienced periods of militancy and social unrest, largely because of resource control and environmental concerns. Maintaining political stability within the South-South is essential, as any significant disruption to oil production could trigger catastrophic consequences for Nigeria's overall economic well-being. Finally, the South-South lies at the epicenter of ongoing and often contentious debates surrounding fiscal federalism. As the primary host communities to Nigeria's oil wealth, the states within this region are central to discussions concerning resource control, revenue sharing, and the application of derivation principles. Their political alignment and collective voice significantly shape these critical national conversations, influencing the trajectory of Nigeria's federal structure and the distribution of its economic prosperity. President Tinubu's administration has demonstrated a clear and strategic focus on consolidating power within Nigeria's vital South-South region, a move that underscores a keen awareness of its immense political and economic significance. The recent defection of Delta State Governor Oborevwori to the APC is not an isolated incident, but rather a component of a broader, calculated strategy to co-opt key political figures and solidify the ruling party's influence. In Rivers State, the political landscape is, rife with speculation following Governor Siminalayi Fubara's meeting with President Tinubu in London. This encounter has really ignited rumors of an impending defection, a move that would represent a significant coup for the APC, securing control of Nigeria's wealthiest oil-producing state. Similarly, in Akwa Ibom, Governor Umo Eno's public endorsement of President Tinubu's 2027 ambitions suggests a potential weakening of the PDP's traditional stronghold in the region. The APC already enjoys firm control over Cross River and Edo states, meaning that 4 of the 6 South-South states now fall under their governance. This near-complete dominance, coupled with the APC's well-established control over Lagos and its growing influence in the southeast, positions the ruling party with considerable strength as we approach the 2027 elections. The strategic acquisition of political allies and the weakening of opposition strongholds within the South-South are, frankly, central to the APC's long-term electoral strategy. Even as the Tinubu administration strategically fortifies its position in the south, a contrasting narrative unfolds in the north, where mounting challenges threaten to erode his political capital. The economic reforms, particularly the removal of fuel subsidies and the floating of the Naira, have inflicted disproportionate hardship on the predominantly agrarian North. Here, the sharp rise in inflation, especially concerning essential goods, has outpaced national averages, exacerbating existing economic vulnerabilities. Compounding these economic woes is the persistent security crisis. The region remains plagued by unchecked banditry and escalating farmer-herder conflicts, fostering a perception of federal neglect and fueling widespread discontent. Adding to these concerns is a growing sense of political alienation among northern elites. Increasingly, prominent voices from the region are expressing concerns about perceived marginalization in key governmental appointments and policy directives, further straining the delicate political balance.
Yes, the journey to this event was long.
These
and
tensions,
arduous.
risk transforming the
It could
2027
not
elections
have
into a stark north-south contest, potentially exacerbating Nigeria's delicate regional balance.
I am me. I don't pretend to be like everyone
Against
else.
this backdrop of
I don't wanna
intricate
be
political
like everyone
maneuvering
else.
and strategic
And I will not
realignments,
change.
the crucial matter of substantive governance often recedes into the shadows. The swift and frequent defections of state governors, many of whom started their tenures in the opposition, shows a prevailing political culture where ideological conviction appears to hold less sway than the allure of access to federal patronage and resources. This transactional approach to political engagement, where allegiances seem fluid and contingent on perceived benefits, ultimately comes at a significant cost to addressing Nigeria's most pressing and fundamental challenges. The stark reality of economic hardship, honestly, continues to bite hard across Nigeria, a sentiment starkly illustrated by the persistent inflationary pressures that erode the daily lives of ordinary citizens. Indeed, the struggle to afford even staple foods, a trend meticulously tracked by indices such as the recent SBM Jollof Index, underscores the tangible impact of a concerning inflation rate that is hovering around 30%. Simultaneously, critical infrastructure across the country encompassing vital road networks and essential power infrastructure remains in a state of disrepair. This decay is a stark contradiction, particularly within regions blessed with significant natural resource wealth, highlighting a disconnect between potential and reality. In the Niger Delta itself, the issue of youth unemployment, still persists as a volatile undercurrent. A significant portion of the region's young population remains underemployed, which creates a fertile ground for social unrest and instability. This is a challenge that really demands focused and sustained governmental attention, rather than being overshadowed by the intricacies of political maneuvering. The APC South-South strategy, honestly, reflects a calculated play for Nigeria's economic and political center of gravity. However, this regional consolidation may prove pyrrhic if it comes at the cost of national cohesion. As political energies focus on the next election cycle, the fundamental question remains whether Nigeria's leaders can transition from power consolidation to genuine governance, particularly in the strategically vital but long neglected Niger Delta. The coming years will test whether this political realignment translates to better development outcomes for the South-South, or, merely represents another chapter in Nigeria's cycle of elite bargaining at the expense of the populace. With global energy transitions looming, the window for leveraging the region's oil wealth for meaningful development may be closing, adding urgency to these political calculations.